we've got ignition. 2, 1, we've got RIP takeoff. Welcome to another edition of the Self Luv Show. And today's topic is 9 reasons why melanated communities fail to recycle bread. This is a solution-based podcast, so we're going to come with some solutions to that mindset. And Chi-Town Boogie, you can cue the show when you're ready. Like, share, subscribe.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use.
Fair use, y'all.
For purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe. Tweet this link.
Are you ready for the ultimate glamping weekend experience? Well, wait no further because House Stock is here. What is House Stock? House Stock is a musical and spirit elevating experience.
In entering upon this course of instruction, each of you should, so far as possible, lay aside for the time being all previous theories and beliefs. By so doing, you will be saved the trouble of trying
all the way through the show
to put, quote, new wine into old wineskins, end quote. Luke chapter 5, verse 37. If there's anything as we proceed which you don't understand or agree with, just let it lie passively in your mind until you have enjoyed the entire show. For many statements that would at first arouse antagonism and discussion will be cleared and easily accepted a little farther on. After the show is over, if you wish to return to your old beliefs and ways of living, you are at perfect liberty to do so. But for the time being, be willing to become as a little child, for said the Master in spiritual things, quote, except ye become as little children, ye shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven, end quote. Matthew chapter 18, verse 3. If at times there seems to be repetition, please remember,
Drop that House Stock
Self
link.
Luv Show is a lesson, not a lecture.
And even in this instance, if I could be of service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really
Hit that like button.
really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love from anybody else, because it's coming from you. A lot of times we forget that. We look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration and approval, and it has to come from within.
Hey, when I start the theme music, cut the volume down, but keep the video rolling.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Going to no rabbit hole, man.
Remember, All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
When polled, 77% of YouTube users said they would select the blue pill. Man, man.
The Self Luv Show, giving you more than vitamins and minerals. Food for your soul, information and plans integral to making your mind grow. With more growth and development, BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent.
That's not AI, that's my guy. Self Love Show is in the building. Y'all know why we do it. Welcome to Chi-Town's very own, the Self Love Show, where we got two mottos. Motto number one is on earth as it is in heaven. Big ups to the Most High. Big ups to the ancestors. Big ups to my beloved late Mama Sky. Motto number two is above, so below. Right now, we're found Malcolm exclusively on this YouTube channel. This ain't that network, man. As we say, TATN. So if you're looking for that network, this ain't that. This the co-host, 9 Millie. Also one of the selves. You're one of the selves. Chi-Town, what down. Repeat after he. I am greater than my excuse. I am greater than my excuse. I am greater than my excuse. We live and live in color. Today is Sunday, April 16th at about 2:12 post meridian in the Chi. And as always, we love to acknowledge that you cats can be any place and at any time in this magnanimous universe. But thankfully, we all Scooter chose to be here together. Here together. Chi-Town, what down, brother Wordsmith? What you manifesting today, sir?
No, me? I'm manifesting love. You manifesting.
Ditto. Pure, unfiltered, unfettered. Some say harsh. Others have said tough. But love just the same, my brother.
No doubt.
So what you been manifesting, bro? I mean, what's been going on since we last connoitered?
Everything is everything. The weather's been really nice, and you know what happens when that goes down. Y'all stop them killings and stop them blickities.
Stop the violence. We got to find a better way.
No doubt.
Yeah, that's what's up. Hey, so in case you cats haven't been keeping up with our show format, anybody that's new out there, we appreciate you being here. Also, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, tweet the link, hit that thumbs up. The algorithm loves it. And if you got any questions or comments, do type it. We encourage you to type it into the live chat because the algorithm loves that as well. But as always, we kick it off with the self-love quote of the day. We have our more growth and development platform video. Then, of course, we'll run a video and unpack it. We call it Tattoo Tyranny. And we'll vote if the government did right or if we think it's tyrannical. Self-love. Vision. There we go. All right. And so that's what we have as far as that goes. After Tattoo Tyranny, we'll give you a riddle, a dome teaser. The mind is an awful thing to waste. It's a use it or lose it situation. We'll give you all show to solve the riddle. If you know it, type your answer into the chat. We may or may not clown you, but normally it comes down to Brother Wordsmith solving this for everybody. And today's topic is the top 9 reasons why the melanated communities fail to recycle bread with solutions. Our phone lines are always open, it's troll free. 424-900-6945. That's 424-900-6945. And then we always close out the show with my personal favorite part of the whole shebang. And that's where this brother to my right summarizes everything from a metaphysical freestyle point of view, something AI does as we figured it out. But I can assure you he's not using AI, which is Wordsmith's final words out there. All right. But first, any announcements there, fella? Any announcements?
No, baby. House Stock 2023. Registration is open. Y'all better get it. It's going to be epic. I'm so excited. It's going down in the town, y'all.
Peace, love, and house music, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we also pinned the link in the chat where you can support. There's ways you can have sponsorship packages, purchase you some T-shirts, but more importantly, go ahead and get that VIP package. Go out there and have you a nice weekend, fun-filled weekend of great music, great people, and glamping, huh?
All day long. It's going to be, man, you don't want to be one of those that say, I missed it. Just saying.
Missed you when I was gone. Missed you when I was gone. All right. And my announcements, we're 15 subscribers away from myself and my lovely wife registering to do our big skydive. This is a movement. It's a platform. It's a Face Your Fear platform. So once we reach our second goal, which is 499 subscribers, it's been a long time coming, but subscriptions gonna come. So once we get to 499, I'm gonna go ahead and sign myself up and the wife. I may or may not poop my pants, but we're gonna do some skydiving out there. The quicker the better, while I still have good heart health. So let's click that subscribe button now, all notifications bell, and share this link. If there's any melanated entrepreneurs out there, or I know there's got to be some melanated consumers, huh?
All day long. That's for sure.
We want to hear from you in the chat. We want some interaction. This is actually one of our platform shows. So we always, have edutainment, a little fun out there, but this is an extremely serious, necessary topic to rebuild our communities out there. Enough of my yapping out there. I'm going to turn it over to his brother so he can handle his business.
Welcome. Thank y'all so much. It's a blessing to be here to edutain you. Today, the Self Luv Show, the top 9 reasons why melanated communities fail to recycle bread with solutions.
It's too expensive. And they charging too much.
That. You already know that.
Give me the homie hookup.
It ain't coming out. That's all about to be said. You already know. But as always, we have a very important video we need you to watch. Pay close attention. It's the Moral Growth and Development platform which we are building the Self Love Nation off of. But before that, we have the Self Luv Show quote of the day. To be a poor man is hard, but to be a poor race in the land of dollars is the very bottom of hardships. Once again, to be a poor man is hard, but to be a poor race in the land of dollars is the very bottom of hardships. And that is W.E.B. Du Bois.
Back in the belly of the beast, never claiming no coast. Can't brag or boast about the west or the east. The Midwest is where we are from. Oh. Please like, share, subscribe.
Silverback More Growth and Development Platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silverback. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influence. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen. And number 10, to protect our men, women, and children by any and all means necessary.
Absolutely, absolutely. And in case you cats missed it, Tupac, as Tupac said, yeah, well, Pac said in that song, I'd probably be killed for the shit that I wrote. And I brought that up, Self Love, because of the show we did last week. You know, if they give you a story that I went to some shithole country and fell off my balcony, or you know what I mean, car accident, or
the parachute doesn't open.
Yeah, the chute doesn't open. Yeah, that's
Cap.
I want you guys to go back and take a look at that point of our show from last week, where we covered MK Ultra, the real CIA conspiracy theory. We unpacked that, huh, Self? We unpacked that.
Yes, we did. And it was lots and lots and lots of information. I suggest you go check it out. Check it out.
Yeah. To quote my club, TC, it was magnanimous. You'll be in a rabbit hole, though.
Agreed.
Won't see that on Fox.
No.
All right. So today's show is about the top 9 reasons why we feel melanated communities are failing to recycle the bread. With solutions, phone lines are open. It's troll free, 424-900-6945.
That number's troll free.
424-900-6945. That number's what?
Absolutely, positively troll free.
Yeah, that's right. Trolls get holes around here, and today's sponsor is House Stock. And we've pinned a link into the chat. It's www.housestock.net. Recycle your money. Don't click on that and say, oh, nigga, them N-words charging too much. Why should I So, spare us that. That's what this show is all about, in fact. So, yeah. So that's what we're on today. But self-love, tattoo tyranny, my friend. Something we've covered. We've gotten a strike from it along the lines of conspiracy theory, or as you say, realism. America backdoored. Big ups to CBS. Big ups to our production staff and fair use. America backdoored? No, not America.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Welcome back to CBS Mornings. Saturday marks 20 years since the 9/11 terror attacks, and some of the victims' families are still demanding answers from the government. 15 of the 19 hijackers were Saudi nationals, and many family members believe there is a connection between Saudi leadership and the attackers. Last week, President Biden ordered the review and possible release of classified documents related to 9/11. And CBS News spoke exclusively with a retired FBI agent who was part of a
Everybody
secret
around him should be wearing
into the
masks if
hijacker
COVID
support
was
network
real.
inside the U.S. and the possible role of Saudi government officials and employees. Senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge has the story.
This summer, Brett Eagleson went to Capitol Hill to press the U.S. government to release secret files from the FBI's 9/11 case.
We've told the sad story for 19 years. You know, we've cried on camera.
Eagleson's father, Bruce, worked in and died in the South Tower of the World Trade Center.
We'd get
now
a strike
grief
saying
has
all
turned
this.
to rage.
You know, it's not about that anymore. It's about how we're angry. We're pissed off. It is painful.
The Eaglesons and other 9/11 families want details of a secret FBI investigation codenamed Operation Encore, centered on the two hijackers that lived in San Diego.
It's a 10-year-long investigation that specifically investigated the role that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia played in supporting the hijackers.
Is that the first mosque they went to in San Diego?
This is it right here on our left.
Danny Gonzalez was an FBI agent who worked on Operation Encore. He showed us the neighborhood the hijackers lived in before they crashed American Airlines Flight 77 into the Pentagon. This is Gonzalez's first television interview about the case.
19 hijackers cannot commit 3,000 mass murders by themselves.
Based on what you found, do you believe there was a domestic support network for the hijackers?
Obviously,
No question.
but I can't comment on it.
Oh, no, you can't.
You don't have to be an FBI agent with 26 years of experience to figure that out.
This is what we've been
Gonzalez
saying.
says the two hijackers, Nawaf al-Hazmi and Khalid al-Madar, were helped by a number of Saudis, including Omar al-Bayoumi. Bayoumi worked for the Saudi government in California and has said he simply ran into the two hijackers at a restaurant in Los Angeles and encouraged them to move to San Diego.
You remember they let the bin Ladens fly out.
There, he helped them find an apartment and open a bank account. The two hijackers even started flight school nearby.
Can't sit on the sidelines when I know the truth.
Gonzalez says he's under FBI orders not to talk about certain aspects of Operation Encore because of national security concerns, as is another former agent, Ken Williams, who wrote a memo before 9/11 warning terrorists were taking flight lessons in Arizona. Both men are now working as investigators for the families.
The evidence is there. I've seen it, but I can't get into specifics because of protective order.
In a statement, the
'Cause I'll
Saudis
get
said
murked.
they had nothing to do with this terrible crime, and they support the full declassification of any documents. Under President Biden's executive order, some of the secret files must be reviewed by Saturday, the 20th anniversary of the attacks.
We are writing history as we speak, and it's my goal that when my daughter goes to school, when she's taught the subject, that we get it right.
For CBS Mornings, I'm Catherine Herridge.
This was a very big deal right after 9/11. There were huge questions. And now 20 years later, it's hard to justify keeping those documents classified for sources and methods reasons. If they remain classified, I think that needs to be explained.
And Tony, there are still so many questions.
Oh, and those families
not
want
know.
answers.
And the more you hear, the more mysterious it is.
Now they're talking about it. Go ahead and cut it. So my initial, okay, first off, as we mentioned, the bin Ladens were allowed to fly there from Saudi Arabia on 9/11 when every other plane, including Air Force One, was grounded. Also, Osama was originally a friend of the spooks, you know.
Very much so.
Yeah, yeah. And so was Saddam. And, you know, these are puppets put into place, but he's part of the Saudi Arabia. I had a mechanic who was and I've told this story before, who was Armenian descent. Okay. Armenian national. I don't know if he had his papers, probably on a work visa or something like that. But Self, I went to the mechanic the day after 9/11. This would have been September 12th. And all of the Armenian mafia, well, we don't know what was in their heart, but they were all sitting around, and they told me without fail, before the pictures came up of all the Saudi Arabians, that it was the Saudis. Now, we know the Saudis could be puppets for some spooks, but what's your take on this here, Phil?
Well, my take is some of those people that they said flew those planes are still alive and say, hey, that wasn't me. I didn't do that. And that it didn't happen like they said it happened. I don't know if planes flew into buildings or whatever. I know what we saw or they showed us, but
well,
those buildings
TMZ
were straight collapsed.
Yeah, and TMZ there, fella, they're releasing a documentary where out here in San Diego, bro, they said that what they said was that there was a plane another plane that should have been involved. And so the plane couldn't get off of the taxi or something. This is on 9/11. And so everyone deboarded, and they found stuff on that plane. But here was the tricky part. There were some spooks or somebody running around looking for something, like they were looking to remove stuff off of the plane. So I got to catch that because I think that documentary is going to expose that it has to be an inside job.
It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah. Yes. It wasn't Saudis running around at that airport, going on off board, removing stuff and putting stuff on the plane. It's going to be very interesting.
Absolutely. I also saw something this week where they had some footage of a couple of firemen who had just come out of there, and he said explosions.
Yeah, I showed that. That was in our promo video we did for our 9/11 show. Multiple firemen. One was black, one was white, and all of them, even the initial witnesses, were all saying explosions. They heard multiple explosions.
Yeah.
Controlled demolition.
Period.
In my opinion. Can you still have an opinion in America? Not on YouTube.
Right. On YouTube, you know.
Let's see.
It might be far enough in where they aren't listening to our opinions right now. So,
all right. So as far as this dastardly cover up by the government,
you already know what that's going to.
Terrible. And RIP to all of the fallen from 9/11, and condolences to their families. We're not saying lives weren't lost. What our contention is that it was a false. We got backdoored out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The people did.
Yes, we got backdoored out there. They sat there and put up pictures of who Self Luv said many are still alive. 14 Saudis, or 15 or whatever it was. 15 alleged terrorists. 13 were from Saudi Arabia. And then we proceeded to go straight to Iraq and Afghanistan and start bombing them. Huh?
Yeah, it's
15 people come to your neighborhood and create terror. 13 of them are from a certain neighbor, from O Block, as an example. And then the neighborhood's response is to go attack the West Side.
It doesn't make any sense at all. Not one little iota.
Yeah, speaking of little iota, big ups to the Divine 10. All right. Yeah, little iota. All right, let's push on. This guy's taking shots at Iotas, for God's sakes. And this guy's
I wasn't taking out. I don't, I don't even talk about them, so I wouldn't take no shot like that. I don't mention them.
Yeah, you'd be like, the who? All right.
Yeah. So, I was using that word iota, not, talking about somebody I don't recognize like that.
And you cats, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. All right, Self, we're going to get into our What If They Were Black or Pink segment. This one's called Heil Trump. Heil Tramp. I don't know if we can say how.
Donald Trump held his first campaign rally over the weekend, and today the grand jury looking into possible criminal charges connected with that Stormy Daniels payment is back at work. Stephen Fabian has details.
It's the moment from the Trump rally that left many stunned.
Please rise and place your hand over your heart.
The former president
Stephen A. said
hailing
he
the
ain't
January
racist.
6th rioters. He opened with images showing the mob being pushed back by law enforcement and a recording of jailed rioters singing, get this, the national anthem. An announcer called them the J6 Choir.
The Jan Sixers have a choir in prison. It's fascinating. They literally put together a choir like they were at church.
He praised the convict choir of rioters. Love those people.
Trump took aim at the ongoing Manhattan grand jury, probing the Stormy Daniels hush money payments.
It's not a crime, not a misdemeanor, not an affair.
The crowd responding enthusiastically as he mocked the adult film star.
Not the truth.
I never liked Horseface. I never liked.
That Mark said Horseface.
But when he mocked his Republican rival Ron DeSantis, there was silence.
When a man comes to me, tears in his eyes, sir, if you endorse me, I'll win. Please. Please, sir, endorse me. And I said, all right, let's give it a shot.
Trump is leading DeSantis in some national polls, but in a new survey of Iowa and New Hampshire voters, Florida's governor has the edge. Here at the courthouse in downtown Manhattan, the grand jury convenes today for the first time in a week, and security has been beefed up after an envelope was delivered to the prosecutor's office containing a death threat and white powder that turned out to be harmless. But the NYPD is taking no chances. Meantime, Trump is facing calls from his own attorney to tone down the rhetoric. The controversy erupted after Trump posted a link to an article which shows him wielding a baseball bat next to a photo of the Manhattan DA, Alvin Bragg. Trump has since deleted the link.
I think that was an ill-advised post that one of his social media people put up.
Look, he just did the Heil Hitler. They didn't show it. He did it right at the end, and he did that fist that Mark did like this, and then threw up the hail. So, interesting. Before I ask you how I postulated this and why this segment is even being done, ask you to in the chat. So, if that's Obama, and let's say some disenfranchised melanated people had the occasion to go down to the, hallowed halls of Congress, smear poop, steal stuff, kill people, right? Disrupt Congress. And Obama was showing up at rallies full of Nation of Islam and Craig Hodges. And what's my man's name? Who got banned off YouTube and all social media?
Rizza
Islam.
Islam.
Yeah. Rizza Islam and all these guys, different gang members and factions. If that was Obama, would he be in jail already?
Of course. And those J6ers who they tried to make out to be so bad or whatever.
The choir.
Yeah, would be executed. They would have been executed. They would not be in prison. If that was the other way around.
Yeah, the pink people have turned around and made this a debate. And then if Obama was holding a bat to some pink DA in New York.
Yeah, they take him off the ballot.
Yeah, not that we're, saying Obama was all this and that and the third. Just
No,
this
just
is
the
our-
skin color is
Yes,
the,
yes.
the reason. That's it. It's
Yes, and all of the alleged, rioters, many of them have been convicted, but yeah, I mean, it couldn't have been a peaceful protest of black people going to Congress under Obama's leadership and tutelage and beckoning, and that man wouldn't have been in jail. To your point,
Yeah.
buck broken.
A fact.
This guy gets to go around and throw up the fist and howl and
rally his troops.
Call his
lie to him all again.
Call his alleged Me Too victim horse face. I tell you what, he's one of those fun racists that would have been on the yard with me. Look at this guy self. He's racist, but he's entertaining. You know what I mean? Go ahead, call her horse face again. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
But I don't think I hung around with those people when I were on the yard, except for freshman year. They were on my dorm floor.
Yeah.
Didn't hang out with them then, unless I was coming to study, and they were doing beer bongs and had all types of shenanigans going on. You know what I mean?
Fun stuff.
Even then, as soon as you were done sucking up their beer, you what?
You bounced.
Yeah, you went on about your way. Thank you.
Right, appreciate it. You have a good old time there out there.
Now, let me catch you on the street. You might get polar bear hunted. Big ups to K-Rob and all the guys. All right. So, that was our "What If He Was Black" segment. And in all the rioters, what if they were black? And Obama had that that pink lady accusing him of Me Too. You know what I mean? Oh, this would be totally different.
You ain't lying. Yeah. Well, Obama did have the pink dude talking about he essayed him. That tripped me out.
Yeah. I ain't buying that one. Not saying it didn't happen, but just not buying it. All right. Like, share, subscribe. Today's topic is top 9 reasons why melanated communities fail to recycle our bread. We're going to posit this with solutions as well. The phone lines are open. I will be putting a link in the chat, to a website where you can sniff out Black-owned companies so that you can do business with them. So that's going to be today's topic. Before we go there, though, I've got a dome teaser. What 5-letter word becomes shorter? We may have done this before. When you add 2 letters to it. What 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it? Self Love had an immediate thumbs up. And what 5? His answer is incorrect. It's incorrect. You guys can definitely put in your responses. H. Moultrie said it's just an illusion. He said he got his reparation papers. It's on Twitter. Yeah, you got your hand out, but don't want to fight the fight for the reparations, and everybody's wasting their time. And now that people are starting to, looks like checks are going to be cut. This guy's got all his reparations papers and his lineage going all the way back to slavery together, so he can get his reparations check. There's going to be a lot of that going on out there. You know what I mean? Do more than get your papers ready. Speak out about it. Right, Self?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Stand down and speak up. How's that go? Stand down and stand by? I don't know. Sharuka said shorter. And Sharuka is wrong. Big up, Sharuka. H. Moultrie said domestic teaser is the word for fox. Ace2X has the correct answer. 5-letter word is short. Self Love and Sharuka both had shorter That's actually a 7-letter word. So that's why their responses were incorrect. Self-typed short N after he saw Ace's response. But good job, Ace. You're processing. Your brain is working, but we do not know what's in your heart. Now, yes. So you guys were wrong, but thanks for chiming in. The riddle again was, what 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it? And you guys literally typed in shorter. So
yeah.
Yeah. Enough of the appetite. Enough of the appetizers.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
All right, big ups to production. We're going to hopefully run this promo video if it hasn't been banned or reduced by YouTube. And we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah? That's Boy George out there in the background. Y'all didn't listen to Boy George at Ray School. Chicago product. You know? Next week, we don't know what we got lined up yet.
Well, one of the issues that marchers often brought up was the lack of black business ownership and how those ripple effects have helped cause disproportionate poverty. Calls were made to support black businesses, and as Alex Perche reports, it appears to be making a difference.
We're working on a historical guest. Had them booked, but one thing about these cats, when they're running stuff, you know, their schedules are fluid.
The legacies of Black Wall Street, it's important for people to remember.
They're busy.
Yeah.
According to the latest statistics from the U.S. Census Bureau's annual business survey, minorities own an estimated 1 million businesses in the U.S. Of those, just 12% were Black-owned. And according to Yelp, mentions of Black-owned in reviews are up 617% this summer compared to last.
They're definitely busy. So we'll come at you. You know, maybe we'll unpack the pagan holiday here we're celebrating, or we'll see if we get another guest lined up.
They run the Virginia Black Business Directory.
It's been an amazing wave. And I would say that some of these business owners, they were on the brink of closure. And many of them have not seen numbers that they have seen in the past due to Buy Black, the wave of Buy Black.
We're working. We didn't want to dump on your pagan holiday. There's a lot of people who appreciate what's going on, and it's deep into their heart.
He has created a website that promotes only black businesses. He makes sure each potential seller is indeed African American. It's a non-negotiable condition to be allowed to trade on this online platform. Sharif explains how he would react to a white American who might want to sell his or her products on his site.
Sell on your website.
Right.
How do you treat their demand?
Fuck Gaspar Gomez and fuck the fucking Diaz brothers. Fuck them all. I buried those cockroaches.
Well, I asked them that whether or not they identify themselves as a black-owned business.
But, you know, we ask you to stick your head in the rabbit hole out there. Once this show ends, which it's about to end in less than 3 minutes, you know, you can go back to what?
Living how you live.
With complete and total non-judgment.
Consumers are eager to seek out, find, and support local businesses.
Tara Lewis is a Yelp trends expert.
In fact, just this past summer, on Yelp, we noticed a 6,520% increase in searches for Black-owned businesses.
That brings us to now people are texting in their questions and comments. Wordsmiths. Final words out there, out there, out there, out there, out there, out there.
Hey bros, what's going on? This is Cotton Mama. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes it feel good.
Do you still have them?
Artificial intelligence is coming.
It's here. It's been here.
Yeah, it'll never be a conscious system. We disagree on that. It's not going to be conscious. We did a show on that.
Yeah. I think it's already. They're not showing us the conscious stuff though. That Chat GPT, that's not conscious.
they're going to pretend it's conscious, but it can't. Consciousness is created by the creator. Consciousness has always existed, but you have babies and they're conscious, but that's philosophical, but that's a different show. Let's get on topic here because, we can digress. So, as always, the purpose of the Self Luv Show is to give our audience an unfiltered history, lessons, not lectures, straight from the horse's mouth of people that look like us, sound like us. You know what I mean? Don't like how they use that, but that's partially our goal here. Top 9 reasons why melanated communities fail to recycle bread with solutions. We're going to go into the psychology behind going down to the Gold Coast, to the Gucci store, to the Louis store, what have you. And we're going to provide solutions for these excuses that we make when we're refusing to give ourselves the benefit of the doubt and rotate that money. Make sure you support House Stock. Today's show is sponsored by House Stock. We pinned the link in the chat. Get out there and do yourself some glamping. Also, I did pin 2 links in the chat. One of them is WeBuyBlack.com. That's owned by our brother. You saw him in the promo video. So before you hop on Amazon and, make your purchase, scoot on by WeBuyBlack.com. Save that to your favorites. Also, Amazon has a link if you must use Amazon because your conditioning has been conditioned. It's sale.amazon.com/programs/black something or the other. That links in the chat as well.
What does that link do?
It gets you to the black owned platforms within Amazon.
Okay. Black sellers.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if it's sellers or if it's owners. That's a good point. It's probably just sellers, but still better than nothing.
Well, I mean, if I'm a seller, I'm selling my products or whatever product, you're still buying from me.
Correct.
So I'm a seller, and
that's correct. Either way, it's still rotating money better than just
going on doing just Jeff Bezos' Amazon part.
Yeah, and Coach said chat KMA, and that means kiss my bum. That's what he calls chat TG. Yeah, Self, they're going to be towing that AI.
All driving and such.
I mean, I don't think it can change tires, but chat GTP, like the AI,
I don't see why not.
Well, they have the machine already that's literally towing cars. They showed it out.
Yeah.
But, can it do the difficult tows? You towed before. The tows that aren't so cut and dry.
That's all it needs to do is get a video of someone doing the type of tow and what it did. And it probably can now. And probably instead of, pulling the car out like a normal person would, it's got some thing, it'll put right up there, lift the car and pull it on out, set it down.
Wait a minute.
Hook up.
You said it can change a tire too? Come out there on the freeway?
I don't see why not. It's not rocket science. It's nothing rocket science about changing the tire.
We might have to do a part 2 to our AI thing.
It'll come right on with the tire. You tell them what happened or whatever. It'll bring a tire and a rim and everything.
But I think we need a part 3 to that AI series because we did a general show on AI, and we did and we also did a show about AI as a creator. So it's here. We'll definitely revisit that topic. But big ups. Let's go ahead and get back on topic here. All right, number 9. We're going to go in reverse order here. You guys may not agree with the positioning, which is fine, but we had to get something out there. Ignorance, Self. Why don't black communities recycle our money? Ignorant. You ignorant.
Yeah. Well,
But not knowing the value and the power, I think you know the figures on this, but we as a hue of people spend more money than have a gross national product than most nations on this planet.
we're top 5. We're 5. Number 5. If we were a nation.
Okay. In
Our
which
spending.
we are a nation, but I know what you mean. But but that's great. If we were a nation, you're right. Not knowing where black businesses are. You know, we've got links we put in the chat. So I don't know where they at. And, but I think the reason this is here is more so I don't think we know the power of it.
No.
I do business at your corner store. You can support your family. Your little Pookie doesn't put a gun to somebody.
Well, a lot of reason why we don't understand it is because they got rid of most of our corner stores when they allowed the big boxes to come in, and then they always have the immigrants have our stores or stores in our neighborhood.
You talking about the Arabs and the Koreans and the small hats?
Yeah, all of them. They don't even allow us to have businesses in our own neighborhood because we tend to operate solely as a business.
Focus on ignorance. We don't want to get into other.
Well, it's still on the lines. We got priced out, so we don't. It's not a lot of local mom and pop shops because these other races buy 100 stores worth of stuff together and get a lower price, and then they
those are other
price us out.
Those are other tenets of the top 9 reasons that you're discussing.
Yeah.
I was just focusing on our ignorance as a people, not knowing the value and the power of recycling the dollar, and not knowing where black businesses are. This is what I want to contain this part of this is number 9.
And they're not in our neighborhoods anymore, is what I was saying. Ignorance.
Well, then that's not ignorance. That's something different.
That's why they don't know where they are.
All right. Let's go into number 8, availability, redlining, and other factors leaving deserts in the black community. Now you want to talk about that?
Deserts in the community. It's no stores there, and that's what it is. For the same reason as before, these big box places came in, and they also give all kinds of incentives to others to be in our neighborhood. So deserts.
Yeah, and obviously, oftentimes I should say, when the melanated entrepreneurs has a business idea and they go to your different banks looking to get funding, for this to create jobs and opportunities for their families and their community, oftentimes they're shunned away. And to Self Luv's point, when the others come with their handouts for these opportunities, generally there's a check cut and they can stand there and do business in our communities.
And not pay taxes for a amount of time.
Really? So they don't even pay taxes in a community, which would help improve the schools and things of this nature.
Yeah.
So we've definitely started with ignorance, not knowing the value and the power, not knowing where black businesses are. And to Self Love's point, parts of that is due to the lack of availability, meaning the convenience of it all. The 7-Elevens have moved in, the corporate places, the big box stores, things of that nature have moved in. How about number 7, Self? Good old-fashioned jealousy. The crabs in the double barrel syndrome.
Yeah, the monkey syndrome. Yeah. It's very much don't know why, but there are a lot of that in our amongst us.
Yeah. And the reason this is at number 7, it kind of gets into the opposite of what our show is about: self-hatred. And I'm not talking about everyone.
No,
but
it only takes a few.
When you talk about costs, we'll slide all the way to the north side or somewhere else, spend gas, whatever, to get there, and drive past Black-owned businesses. And when I say that, I'm talking about dentists, dental providers,
and pay more where they go.
Correct.
I had a name brand.
Restaurants. I'm going down to Ruth's Chris. And this ties into ignorance as well. I mean, my wife and I got to get back on it. We were doing, the date night, and we would select a Black-owned restaurant, because I'm okay with going out and blowing that dough as long as I feel like it could somehow be helping the community.
Yeah, it rotates.
Correct. Me personally, Noop, I feel better about spending money with my brother or my sister, bro. Not worse. But there's some sort of conditioning, which we'll get into, and I don't want to. We'll
start get me started talking out loud.
Yeah, no, we're getting ahead. I'm getting ahead of myself. But back to the crabs and the double barrel syndrome. Leaving conditioning, I guess it can't be. What these are all tied together, as you guys can, obviously see. But what leads to that, bro? I've been told the Jews got the better shit. Whether it's shenanigans. I mean,
it's really poor self-image, poor
self-hate.
Yeah, it's lack of self-love, I would say.
Yeah, you got to get you a Jewish attorney. Haven't you heard that?
They looking outside and seeing better than looking within.
What's my Noop name that represented
Johnny Cochran?
Yes, represented the Jews. Yes, he's a Black man. He had like others on the staff, but he was the lead attorney, and
but he wasn't the first attorney. You have to remember,
it was, Kardashian.
He was working on Michael Jackson. He was working for Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And Michael Jackson, he got him to settle out.
Big ups to the late Michael Jackson. Go ahead though, because he was on something before they took him out of there.
Oh yeah, he was. That's why they took him out.
Yeah, he didn't trust the small heads.
He got him to take well, he did until he didn't.
Correct. Until he got screwed. Correct.
Yeah. Until he realized he was getting screwed the whole time. That's probably what happened. But yeah, Johnny Cochran was representing him when that case was starting or whatever, and he got him to settle out of court. When he settled out of court, he came on to OJ's case.
Yeah, but there's something about, even if it's somebody who's going to work every day and coming up, or
it's just a certain type of person, and it's not a majority, but it's enough to cause confusion and problems. They don't want to see anybody doing better than them.
Right.
And
but we'll go in the Arab store, and
they don't get inspired by
seeing us
doing better than them.
Correct.
They get hateful because they see one of us doing better than them.
But we go to the Arab store, and they're following you around, the Koreans, and they're looking at your women up and down, and oogling the women, and talking to you like dirt, and the store smells like poop. I'm not saying you go there.
No, I don't tolerate that.
Yeah.
I would never go in that motherfucker and be like, that don't go in that damn stove.
I remember the one on your block, damn near got burned down. Man.
Yeah. And did, well, not burned down, but it did get, the people had to sell after George Floyd.
Did they?
Yes.
Is it reopened?
Yeah. And it's still some Indian people there or something now.
Pakistani?
Something along those lines.
Yeah, because I think a lot of times
they're way more respectful. Way more respectful.
Does the store smell as bad?
No, the store doesn't smell at all.
So they're using the deodorant that they're selling.
Well, they're behind glass or whatever. We can't really smell.
I used to smell them other ones behind that glass, boy.
I ain't smelling them.
I used to walk in the store and tell them, man, y'all stink. You know what I mean?
I rarely go in that. I rarely go in there now anyway. But
this is Muslim Heritage Week or something, so we got to cool out. I think it's their, they don't believe in that. But there's got to be, you got to wash your ass, and there's got to be some natural deodorant you can use or something like that too. You shouldn't be stinking.
I agree wholeheartedly that, yeah.
Selling food and stuff.
Well, they, I have to make an assumption that it's not offensive to their palate.
Your store smells like a shithole. For lack of a better term.
They, ones that don't usually, they smell like ass, and all of them smell like ass, so I guess it's acceptable. I don't know.
Yes, it's acceptable apparently. When you walk in the store itself and you can't hide it, it hits you and it gets all up in there.
I turn around, get right the fuck up out of there.
Walk out, huh?
Yes.
That's what I'm cooning. It's convenient. Man, that store was right on the block. And walking further can get you murked over there on the southeast side, especially in the late 90s. Early 2000s.
One block down. Right on 76 and Jeffrey.
I
would go there.
You had your credit card with you everywhere you went. I was abducted and thrown in the car, and the victim had to jump out.
He was on foot. Shit, I was in a whip all the time. Anyway,
I was dealing with trauma. You know what I'm saying?
I was in the whip already.
I had whips. It was a very short period of time. I didn't have a whip when my engine blew.
Right. When you got kidnapped or whatever, you didn't have a whip.
Yeah, my engine blew out.
Yeah.
I wasn't changing.
Oh, that's right.
I always kept a whip in the south side of Chicago. But even if I had a whip, I would commute sometimes because you had to work way out in the burbs for the white man. You had to work out there for the white man, and then come back to where your people live. At least you live there. And you buy things. They come by. Remember, we was in a rotation. They knock on the door with brand new stuff out the box. I'm not saying we bought stolen goods, people. We didn't know where the goods came from, did we? But if you are going to be stealing goods, don't steal it from your brother, all right? And resell it, all right? If you are going to do
it. Food for your soul. Yes, y'all. I know what it is.
AI didn't write this.
Oh, no.
Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent.
Well, what number did we get down to? About 7?
Yeah, we did the first 3.
Okay. We did the first 3 top 9 reasons in reverse order. So 9, 8, and 7. Why melanated communities fail to recycle breads. And we're going to come with the solutions. We're going to get through the rest of them when we come back. And we're going to get into some solutions. Meanwhile, we have some very important videos I would like you to check out. And we'll be right back with ya.
Support House Stock. Links pinned in the chat. Do you have any professional from your skills that you've learned? What would you like to see done, or what do you think could be done from financial or from an investment standpoint to cure the ills of the Black community?
The reality is, Newt, and I'm on a mission. I'm doing a lot of research now, more than I ever have before, and suffice to say, my ship Tori, and obviously you guys, man, have been speaking deeply way before the podcast. You know what I mean? I know how you guys get down. I know how you break it down. Tori's always talked about it. One thing that he has always said that has come to be very true 20 years later is that we have everything we need. You look around the room, we have everything we need. So now that that bulb is on and that reality is there, and I never thought any differently, but it is a rat race. You know, you heard me talking, man, I've been in a rat race. I mean, we do what we do, but man, it's been a rat race for you.
Right.
It's a grind, so you don't have time to take in the thoughts, which I know that's what you all about, taking in the thoughts. I know that's what Tori is about. You don't have time to take in the thoughts, but right now during COVID and business downturns all over the board, you have time to sit and think. So,
absolutely.
So to your point, New, it's very simple for me. I'm gonna build brick by brick, and it's all about ownership. But Tori knows that because, man, he's from 79th Street, he's from 83rd, 79th. He knows 75th. It's all about ownership. And you have to get the right guys in the room, you have to own. So let's just say we got 3 blocks, right? Mm-hmm. Talked about this before, Mills. We got
break it down for the listeners.
We got a cleaners on this block. So this is where we go, man. We go to the cleaners. And if it's too full, then we got another cleaners on that block. But those are black-owned cleaners in the community.
We've got one who can see.
That's what we do there. Then we have a restaurant. You know, we got a couple of restaurants, but it's black-owned. And man, that's where we go to grab our food. We're not saying you gotta go there all the time, but if you do a little takeout, that's where we go. That's what we do. And you find yourself creating those businesses in a number of blocks, and that's the way you start to cure it. Because the thing that you're preaching, I think a lot of times we think, man, you set it up, guys just gonna tear it up. Or guys in the community, they don't care about anything.
Yeah.
But see, that's where guys like us can be, man, if I tell I could go on and tell stories, Mills, you know what I mean? They do anything for you if they understand what it is you're trying to do. But if you tell young cats, man, these blocks right here, dog, these are the blocks that's gonna get us there.
Man.
These are the blocks that's gonna get us there.
They will leave those blocks alone. Yeah.
Leave them blocks alone, man. It's places to eat. You know what I'm saying? It's places to eat. All I can tell you is that you leave these blocks alone. In return, when you do your big barbecue, man, we do it out in back of the restaurant. We got the big backyard with the gates. That's your day, dog. That's your day. On another day, we can hire some of the guys. We can create jobs, for them as well. Yeah, these are the things that we do. You want to be clean, we got clean options. You want to be dirty, that's cool too. But again, you'll stay. But what I'm talking about is a snowball. When you have them blocks of businesses, you creating a heck of a snowball because everything goes. Something as simple as a bar. Yeah, and then I'm gonna turn it right over to you, Tori. I hear you. But something as simple as a bar. We have the bar, but our local black policemen, hey, you come to the bar free. Maybe on Wednesdays you pay for whatever you do, but every other day, man, come through and patronize. We got police coming through these blocks all the time. It's nothing but love. See, nobody's excluded, and that's the key with black cats. Nobody needs to be excluded because our backgrounds aren't that different. You just gotta peel the onions back. And when you peel it, you realize, oh man, my cousin knows your cousin, and they run together every day. My uncle's woman's ex-husband is the dude that runs with, man, we all connected, man. Black cats are connected. So all you gotta do is put something together the way you get the snowball rolling. Because once that happens, it's magic.
I'm the king of the world. Hold it. Hold it. You're not that pretty. I'm a bad man.
Yeah, but go ahead, Tori. I heard you.
I was, it just sparked into my mind about mentorship. You have mentors. I know you mentor people, but who do you call?
Who are your mentors?
Right. Yeah. When you unsure about something, and want to get some advice on how to proceed.
Yeah. It's funny.
Good question.
Yeah, it's an excellent question.
Hey, bros, what's going on? This is Cotton. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
Do you still have them?
Yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is. We're back.
It's the Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. The Self
Top
Luv Show.
9 reasons why melanated communities fail to recycle bread with solutions. We've done number 9, number 8, number 7. We're gonna come back with the final 6 and then get into some solutions. And y'all know how the story goes. It's the Self Luv Show.
Absolutely. It's house stock too.
House stock. Let's get it. Registration is open. I'm glamping at your finest. Go glamping.
Hey, yeah, and we got some links pinned in the chat. The one pinned is for house stock. Also, if you want to rotate your money, we've got some solutions in there for you. The first one, WeBuyBlack.com, is actually owned by a brother, and he's aggregated Black-owned businesses and service providers so that we no longer have the ignorance and the excuses for not seeking out targeting ours to spend our money with, our hard-earned money with. So,
facts.
And as Brother Wordsmith mentioned, we covered the bottom 3, which was number 9 was ignorance. Number 8 is availability due to redlining, other factors, desegregation. I think we can go into that. Jealousy, of course, there's jealousy. Our crabs in a double barrel syndrome. That's always there nagging at our communities. So let's go ahead and jump into the next 3, which we kind of spoke on, but we didn't. Convenience. Now, I think I told you this story. I was vending for a Black-owned company, and we would be outside vending the products. And there was a pink guy next to me vending the exact same products I was vending. And a brother pulled up, and he was, Black man. I had nobody with me at my table. The pink man had nobody at his table. And the guy literally parked next to the pink man's spot and went right there and purchased from him. Now, my table was 10 feet away at the most. And the pink guy was cool. We was cool. Sit there chopping it up.
Yeah.
So I asked the brother after he was finished, not before. I said, young man, can you explain to me why? And he wasn't rude or angry,
right.
Why you went there. And he said, because he was closer. We're talking 10, 15 feet, bro.
I believe him though. Lazy. And no loyalty, no
ignorance.
Yes, ignorance.
Doesn't know the importance of what I was asking him about.
Yeah.
But he said convenience, and I want you to finish your thought. The concept is, why should I go out of my way to buy black when the Arabs and the Koreans or the small hats are right there?
And cheaper.
I got to do that's somewhat a myth.
Convenience.
Yeah, because we know they're overcharging for all the stuff we really want.
Yeah.
Everything's the Newports, the grape soda, the chicken. Yeah.
Everything in our community is overcharged.
Yeah. Anything that we latch on to, whether it's the Heno, the Ciroc, it's going to be marked up. And I'll be like, man, when I go out to Wheaton and buy the same shit, man, it's so much cheaper. But could be supply and demand. But what are your thoughts on that? I want you to speak on it without me interrupting.
Laziness and lack of self-love. I mean, no loyalty to people that look like you. And can also be one bad experience will stop you. I don't know if I'm moving ahead of the game, but
Well,
that's another,
you
that's
are.
another excuse. Yeah.
Well, it is.
Right.
No, but but you're right. I mean, there's all these are linked.
Yes.
And I know what you mean by lazy. Trifling is another word that comes to mind. But it's all rooted in ignorance. Because the young man looked like he worked hard for a living,
self-love.
you know, had it, you know, I'm not going to call him lazy.
Well, he said, and I quote, he was closer.
He did
so
say
that is lazy, in my opinion. There's no self-loyalty, and that's laziness, because I mean, you could have, because he's closer, 10 feet, you could have been at my table. You know what I mean? That's I'd say lazy.
And self-hate.
Yes. Out of his mouth. Out of his own mouth.
Yeah. So I do hear that a lot, you know, convenience, but we got no problem going down there to Maxwell Street, which you told me, and I did do some research. You were right. They never called it Jewtown.
No.
But we'll go out our way to get to the mall. Like, here's what I'm saying. We choose, you know, to get that new pair of Air Ones. We'll go all the way down to the Nike store, bro. No problem. We're not too lazy to do that.
Well, that's a peer value that's not really there. Perceived value. And that's why we go to spend all this money on these name brands and, you know, on you know, up north.
A lot of times we think the pink man would be more knowledgeable too about the given product and service.
Well, they think
Johnny Cochran sitting right there. And some PD is right
I
there.
just say it. We're on stage at Kennedy King.
Yeah, go ahead, say.
And it's three of us and one white guy. The white guy is the lowest guy on the totem pole. And the people that come in and they're getting everything together and they're all talking to the lowest person on the totem pole.
You mean the guy with the least experience and training?
Well, he's got training and he's got some experience, but he's the lowest. He's not.
That's what I mean. It has to be the least. What makes him the lowest? Are you saying he's the lowest just because he's pink, or
no? Because he doesn't know as much as the rest of us.
All right.
He's got some experience and some knowledge about some stuff, but
yeah,
what they need, no.
Right.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
He was the last one hired out of us too, and it was me, Jesse, and Bob, and him.
Jesse Jackson.
Yes, and Bob Beware.
Yeah. So all that experience and knowledge, but they go right up to the pink man.
Yes.
Would he answer their questions best he could?
Yeah, he started answering. We're like, hey, you know, come over here.
Yeah, you guys are better than me. You want to ruin your show by going to the low dog on the totem pole?
You can't ruin your show on my, watch. I hear you,
because then it's going to be your fault. You
our
on the
house,
clock.
Our house is terrible, and we don't know what we're doing, and all of this and that.
Now they're complaining to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're asking, Yeah.
That's hilarious. All right. Let's go ahead, and if you guys in the chat's got any reasons that you may have personally or that you may have heard that you haven't heard here today yet, go ahead and type it in the chat. We're not going to hold that against you. All right, number 5. So we've started with convenience. No. Yeah, that's right. No. That's wrong. We started with ignorance, meaning lack of knowledge, not stupidity. Availability, jealousy, and convenience. Now those things we're getting into stupidity in my opinion. Number 5, something I think you mentioned earlier, transportation. I don't have a whip. These are deserts. Due to the redlining and the availability, which was mentioned earlier as one of our reasons, and reason number 8, the lack of having the ability to get around.
Yeah, I mean, in some cases that's legitimate.
I agree.
And some people, it's not legitimate for them to say
Right.
that.
You sliding all through the city shooting at everybody and all
Whatever
over.
you're doing, you know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right.
but for some people, that's legitimate.
It's very legitimate.
Yes.
Right. And for those people, we understand. And that one, out of all the reasons that we've mentioned, in my mind, availability as well.
Yeah.
And because that's in line with convenience. I mean, with transportation.
Yeah, availability and transportation there.
Yeah, they could have been one, but I agree. For those people, I wouldn't look at them like I wanted to Will Smith them. You know what I mean? They're in the community. They haven't fled. Could be because they can't afford to move, but they're there and they're just going where they can go. Ace said sometimes there are experiences where Black business owners don't respect the Black dollar. Ace, we're going to unpack that, but not this moment. Self Love, remind me to get back to that. Number 4, we mentioned this when we were talking jealousy, but self-hate, meaning white is right and pink don't stink.
Yeah. Like Fox is always right.
Yeah. You get this drop dead gorgeous, what's his name? Tucker Carlson type with the blonde hair, blue eyes, 6'4" Adonis, with the six pack, you know what I mean? With the original genealogy, you get these.
What?
Just like the low dog that you were working with, you know what I mean?
Oh, no. That's not the original.
Yeah, that, and then they got you poor, nappy-headed, Black, stupid looking, you and Jesse, there, and you got this, Adonis sitting there. You know what I mean? Hey, look, I'm perpetuating self-hate.
Yeah, I know. He was the oldest dude out there.
White is right.
White is right. So that made him the most attractive, regardless how old he was.
Yeah, so when they're sitting there in those business suits with the slick back hair and shaving every day, smelling like yesterday's liquor, we tend, and it may be something to how we're in school, and that's all we see, always teaching us, giving us information.
And religion.
Well, you don't have many of those at Black churches, but I know your point.
I don't know. It'd be the white Jeebus on the wall. Hey, I'm just saying.
Black Jesus is on the clock. You know what I mean? He's the last hired and the first fired. But self-hatred. Yeah, white is right, pink don't stink. And it's the same self-hatred that will allow me to shoot at my brother over nonsense.
All the media is programmed us.
Well, yeah, that's a word you use, programming. We'll save that for later.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Ace said, sometimes there are experiences where Black business owners don't respect the Black dollar. And that brings us to number 3. And I don't know, and it could be tied into number 2. We'll have to have Ace expound upon it. You can always call in too, Ace, to the phone lines and break down what you want if you don't want to do all that typing. But pricing, Self, you're a business owner. People come in, they consult with you, and and they're always trying to Jew you down. You know what I mean? Where's the homie discount? They almost want you to do it for free or do it at a loss because you're their brother.
Or even at cost. I'm like, huh? What? It's a business. It's not a charity.
Right.
How can I operate and take
care
they do
of
as
that.
mine?
How much you pay for it? You know what I mean? Right. So you think I'm just going to get this at a discounted warehouse price or whatever, and then I'm going to resell it to you at the same price I bought it for, I would actually be losing money.
Yes. Because it had to be purchased and moved to my location.
Yes.
Even if I did it myself.
Yes. And as long as you store it, you know, money is always changing value. You would actually be losing money doing like that's, you know, I took it to the point even when I was, you know, before everything was legal, when I was buying street reefer. Can we say street reefer on YouTube?
I don't know anymore.
Well, when I was buying street
this
reefer,
far in the show, that I'm sure we can.
I used to see guys Jewing people down over $10 worth and $20 worth, and you know, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? This person's already done their mathematics, and this is their price for the product. Like, black people, do you go down to the Gucci store and start Jewing them down?
No, because they don't go. Just saying the store doesn't go for that.
Correct. But it seems somehow okay. But I guarantee you, Self, if you opened up a shop and you were selling just Air Ones and Jordans, that's it. That's all we sell here. If you don't like it, get out. People would think that you were at the swap meet.
Yeah.
Man, them shoes been sitting up there. I've been watching them shoes been sitting up there for 5 months. You son of a, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? They wouldn't be sitting there had you bought them already, you know? But yeah, Ace, sometimes there are experiences where black business owners, so I think he's saying the black man is overcharging.
Well,
I've had that experience, but I haven't had it just from black folks. But go ahead.
No, it might be the disrespect and how they act towards the people. That's why he's saying don't respect the black dollar. I don't think it's because of the pricing per se. It might be because of the attitude.
Okay. So you're saying
Luke Terrence Sims sent me he texted me. It's hard for westernized black Americans to support one another once they've had one too many negative experiences with black owned businesses.
Correct. And this is, we're getting there. And yo, Nuke, yes. So this is kind of what Ace is getting at. However, let me ask you a question. I don't want to lead you. Have you ever had a poor experience with your Koreans, your pinks, your small hats, or your Arabs out there?
All of the above. Yes. And my people too. So, I mean, yes. So bad business owners are bad business owners. So you don't support them.
Correct.
There are plenty of you know, you can't stop going to stores because of one experience with one type of person. Like, if you join the black business and you got a bad experience, then shit, you don't support them. You go to another, and then we try to figure it out.
If one melanated sound engineer ruined your show, don't hold that against Brother Wordsmith.
Yeah. Period. Or
don't say I'm going white from here on out.
Right.
Because I can guarantee you that the other races don't do that. I will put that on everything.
At all. I mean, you can look in the rates at how they money rotate within their community and how ours. Shit. There's days and ours is hours.
Well, does it sting differently though? When it's coming from your brother or your sister and you know they're just trying to put their thumb up your bum?
You know, not for me. It's the same, because it's bad, and I'm having a bad experience. It's a bad experience. It's not, you know, I'm not gonna make it more than what it is. It's an asshole I'm dealing with. Anybody could be an asshole, but you're trying to work with people that you want to work with. So,
well, this is great stuff. Ace said his comic has nothing to do with pricing.
Yeah.
He said that's what I was speaking of. He's talking about bad experiences with a business. I won't deal with that business again. Agreed.
Right.
However, I feel like, not saying Ace doesn't.
You can't eliminate all black businesses because of that.
I'll cancel a non-melanated business in a millisecond.
Yeah.
And my wife will tell you that. And I haven't been to my local grocery store in over a year. Cancel. Can't. Won't. I mean, I'll go in there and pull my pants down and poop right in the meat section. If they, you know what I mean? If they want me to come back there. You know, and they can't work it out with me. However, what I'm saying is, not saying, you know, you got to be a sucker, but I've even been giving black businesses and black entrepreneurs more than just that one chance. It depends on how far they had that thumb up my bum. But I'm saying, if that grocery store that I'm speaking of was black owned, maybe we should consider working harder. There's just some ignorant people. As Self said, it's not just limited to us.
Right.
You know, but I think people are getting into that N-word stuff, you know, N-word stuff. But we always say on this show, all N-words ain't black and all melanated, and all melanateds ain't N-words.
Right.
So all I'm saying is for this to work, we've got to work harder, since there is a less availability out there doing business. We've got to work harder to resolve it, you know, as opposed to saying, just screw that N-word. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd give you a second chance, you know, as long as it wasn't, you know, you calling me names and all this and that.
Once it's disrespect,
right, right,
that's where the line is crossed, and you don't get another chance, and somebody else will get a chance. Actually, that's what it means to me.
Right.
Because, you know, someone else will get a chance, and I'm gonna see what they are about and what they can do. And God bless you, and I hope you business goes as you want it. But I'm, you know, gotta move on.
And it sounds like you're getting into, which is next, which is fine, the disrespect, which is fine. That goes into customer service, maybe professionalism. You know, I canceled his business. You guys are right where we are now, due to how he talked to me or how he or she handled my dispute. You know, F you, if you don't like it, you can get your chicken somewhere else, you know, that kind of thing, right? The lack of professionalism.
Yes, that, I mean, to me, that's legitimate. Once again,
get out of here. We can go to Whole Toy and have them pick up the Whole Toy. It used to be on Stony, the Chinese food. You can't get sweet and sour, no sweet and sour. You know, talk to you like you crazy. And black folks line, not you, not me.
Yeah,
line up. I'm not talking about the general, but this is what I'm driving at, though. Poor customer services.
Yeah.
It's accepted.
Yeah. It is.
Except for when it comes from us.
Right. It is, but it ain't. I mean, there's a whole portion of us that's like, fuck that. I ain't going there. And I don't go to Hoi Toy.
Man, they had some good shit.
Yeah. And I
don't know if it was dog or cat or what was going on, but
I always got something you can identify.
I remember you told me you never see a stray dog or cat around. I looked around every time we went.
Dog fried rice, some cat fried rice.
Yeah, but they didn't talk to me. I remember I had a conversation with him.
It was one guy, and he's still there.
Is he?
Yes. And it's hilarious. I think I talked about him on the show before. He's got some hair up here, and he's got like these 3 or 4 hairs that he.
Hey, you got to get some footage of this guy for the show. Send me some footage. We'll make a video. Yeah, because I want to see this guy. I know what you're saying, because I had to talk to them. You know,
he's a prick. Right. He's a prick.
Yeah, and we did cancel. You know, I admit we did cancel him. You know, I have had piss poor experiences. Now, some of these, are these melanated people we're talking about? Are they some sort of non-foundationally black people, or are these typically everyday guys who grew up around the block? Because I don't find that if I go on the 7th, being 87th, and somebody's got a business, I don't find all that ignorance.
Yeah, you're right.
A lot of times it's Jamaicans, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, not from here.
Yeah.
look down on us because we don't have these businesses and all of that.
Yeah, because we didn't get the bank loans like they got, and
Right,
got
and
the
the tax-free
taxes
status
waived.
Yeah, tax-free status, and you know what I mean. We didn't 5 years. We didn't get that, and look down on us like those people. But listen, it's not all their fault either, because media.
Oh yeah,
all the media they got.
Oh, we're getting there.
Man,
we're getting there.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we're getting there, and you know that it can't be denied. So, and you guys let us know if you got something else to add to this list, because my solution for all of this is simple, and it's something I'm personally working on that I've been discussing with the wife. Basically, getting in the game, and providing the service that our people deserve, expect, deserve, and respect, and taking the bull by the horns. So number 9 was ignorance. Can't touch those boys. I don't even have a penis. Can we say penis? All right. I don't think like
in
that.
The show, I think we can say anything.
I don't think like that. I don't even have a penis. All right. Rest up, MJ. And then we got availability, right? Redlining and other factors leading to deserts in the Black community. Number 7 was jealousy. It's our crabs in a double barrel syndrome. If I can't get off this plantation, I'm gonna tell master when I see this guy leaving, so I can give me an extra piece of chicken or fatback. Get some sort of considerations from the pink man. Number 6, convenience. Why should I go out of my way to buy black when I can just go on Amazon, go to the big box store, get treated like shit, and have to write letters to corporate, and go viral because you're at Walmart getting treated like shit. Okay. But why should I go out of my way to get treated like shit by my people when I got the Arabs, the Koreans, the big box stores, the small hats, whoever, the non-foundationally Black people, running businesses. Transportation. Self Love and I both agree. Number 5, transportation can and could be the only legitimate concern here. I don't have a whip. I'm not mobile. I have medical issues. Can't get around like I used to.
Yes.
Things of this nature. Self-hate. White is right. Pink don't stink. They're more knowledgeable. I'll go in the store and talk to the low dog about stuff, and the head butcher happens to be melanated, and I don't want to hear anything out of his mouth. I want to talk to the guy who's there just to sweep up the blood and the slop off the floor, because he doesn't look like me. Pricing is number 3. Where's my homie's discount? And I hear it all the time. N-words charge too much. Mighty funny we don't run to your pink barber out there and get that discount. Wasn't nobody running to Bo Ricks. All right. We pay for what we pay for. Customer service. This is something, the chat and different people are commenting on. Apparently there must be some legitimacy here to it. I've experienced it too. But, Self Love and I have provided solutions. You just cancel that Black SOB, but you replace that Black SOB with what?
Someone else who's melanated. Give
That's
them
right.
an opportunity.
That's right.
To satisfy your needs and desires for what the product or whatever you need.
Yeah. And don't show up talking about, what other Black businesses ain't done for you. And, because we like to do that.
Or, well, how much it costs? Can I get the brother man discount?
Yeah.
No, don't do that part.
And you better treat me like I'm Dr. Martin Luther King. I'm gonna cancel your black. Don't go in with that spirit. This is about self-love, and because sometimes how you come at a person, what
is where they'll leave you at.
Right. Everybody knows we have a policy. If you don't like it, you can
get the
right
out.
That may not come out as professional. All money ain't good money. I'm not bumping because I've had these awful experiences myself, and it took me a while to come to the conclusion that yes, I should have canceled that guy, but not canceled my people.
Right.
You know, you have a bad experience at a black church. That doesn't mean, go join a Lutheran church that's majority white. Now, number one, Self has mentioned it, can't be denied. Programming and conditioning. I'm so conditioned. My conditioning has been conditioned.
Yeah. And programmed. Conditioning's been
we hear
conditioned
comedians
and programmed about the programming.
Programming has been. We hear comedians, actors, TV shows,
podcasts.
Oh my God, elders.
Yes.
Yes. All the rappers get the big jury, but they're not going to anybody melanated for that.
Yeah, I mean, some of the reasons, availability and such. We can go down the list of why they don't. They could search out that, which is the problem, and transportation ain't their problem, so they don't really have any legitimate excuse.
Ignorance is their issue.
And programming, conditioning, all of those.
You're right.
All of them together.
You're right. Why? Why would it be so important? Now we didn't mention desegregation because that's something you've mentioned quite frequently on the show.
Yeah.
Which helped lead to the destruction of our recycling of black dollars. We did mention white is right, though.
Yeah.
We get spit on and have our food spit on and had the dogs put on us just because we wanted to sit down and have a burger at a white restaurant.
Even that was programming. I don't know where that programming came from.
That's what I'm saying. Were they treating you right? Was the customer service good?
No, I'm just saying it was all programming. Hey, we want to eat with them and all of this and all that. And
we shall eat with them.
and your guy realized that he integrated us into a burning house.
He sure did.
And
you're talking about Dr. King. Big ups to Dr. King.
Huge ups to Dr. King. And we were sort of better off when we were segregated, but when we were segregated, we'd do so good and the jealousy would come in and then they would mess up our whole situation. And no justice for that. They jealousy could just end our whole operation. And none of them get anything done to them. So when we do have Silverdale, we will have to provide our own protection and have our own army, as we've stated, in every institution that's proper for a nation to exist.
Yeah, our own security forces, whether it's shadow or not. Yeah, bro. And one thing that grinds my gears, it disgusts me. Yes, I get it. We should have these rights. But that it's 2023 and we're still begging for respect at a place of business that we're choosing, unless it's an availability issue, to spend our money. You disrespecting me and you violating my rights. I forgot it was one football player, Beverly Hills, some damn where, they're treating them bad. To me, that's your damn fault.
Yeah.
That's your damn fault. Like, as soon as I have to start having these conversations, man, I don't like the way y'all treat me. And me and my wife got here first, and y'all gonna sit all the white people first. As soon as that's happening, they're spitting in my food.
Yeah.
So I'm just out of there, and I'm never coming back.
That's the proper way to achieve it, and then realize that why are you there?
That's the question.
Because these high profile people that's doing that, they have like disposable money that they'll spend there, and complain about the service, but they're still spending thousands of dollars there. Like, what are you doing and why?
They brag about how much they spend there. I think Oprah Winfrey or somebody had a claim at the good, and I spend $4 million a year and they still treat me like this. Open up a damn store.
Make your own brand. They copy us anyway. Let's have our own things.
Well, I've said it, Self. House stock. If y'all had the small hats behind it, made it look like it was all produced and fabricated by the small hats, they'd be knocking your door down trying to get tickets.
No doubt.
Not saying they aren't now, but I'm just saying
it would be way more, and it would already be processed at a bigger space to accommodate it and all of that. Yes. This is going to be a fantastic, low-key, excellent experience. If you want a great experience, it's going down. It's going down.
And I don't want to give, unless you have them, but the solutions to the ignorance is education. Because if a man has knowledge, they can't be a slave. And that education has to come from the public school system.
Oh, no. No. And none of these school systems, it has to come outside of this indoctrination system. And
because it's
education is one thing. You want to make critical thinkers.
Yes.
Indoctrination is a whole nother thing, and they just want to tell you what to think.
Which means it has to start with the heads of family, and the heads of churches and things like that, to deprogram some of this ignorance. We're not talking about the ignorant churches. All churches aren't bad.
That's true. But I was thinking about the parents and stuff. I think we deprogrammed each other. We got it from somewhere, and we deprogrammed each other more than parents could ever. But if you are
put
you in position.
Yeah, and if you are deprogrammed and you've got kids.
Yes, you've got to work. You can't let them be programmed the same way you were initially.
Correct.
There's no deprogramming. You doing it along the way so they don't ingest all of that.
Correct. And when you're coaching, stop going to the white pizza place and find you're taking the team out, find someplace black and sit down, because lessons not lectures. You lead by the example as them doing it, and then the kids will see, and you talk to the kids. You're coaching, teaching, you're in the community, because it takes a whole tribe to raise one. They see, where'd you buy that? They start seeing the people with money. What are you wearing? Where'd you get it? And you're telling them where you got it. All of that is a form of programming, but as long as you're telling them where you got it, that brother up the street, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. These websites that we posted here, WeBuyBlack.com. I went on there and got it instead of being so quick to just say Amazon. Availability. This one's simple. We got to get in the game. Pool our resources. Get our black laundromats, as Brother Beckham said in that video at halftime. We need black cleaners, moving on up like George Jefferson, because we're going to be washing. It's going to be laundering a lot of. Got to be able to wash up that paper. You understand what I'm saying? Jealousy. I don't know how we fix that. I don't have a solution for that.
It's in people's heart.
People just hating.
And this is a matrix, so to be some all-loving beings, there's got to be some all-hating beings.
Yeah, something came to mind as you were saying that. The only thing we could do as a community is stamp that out. I don't mean kicking them out or, because you can't help your brother that way. But when they start spewing that nonsense, spew the opposite, so that everybody's in an earshot. You know what I'm trying to say? And then I can say, I have no problem with that brother's business. You know what I mean? I was going there and I have a great time sitting down and they give me perks. Because one restaurant my wife and I go to out here in Cali, bro, black owned, customer services, above board, bro.
No doubt.
Way above board.
No
Treat you with
doubt.
respect and dignity. Convenience. That's another one. We just got to get in the game. Also, go to black banks and and maybe work the political structure so that some more of these opportunities are out there. But that whole convenience thing with transportation, that's a business in itself. I know you got Uber Eats and Postmates who will go out and do your shopping and stuff. But we've got vans and shuttles to take people back and forth to church. Maybe we can get some wheels. I know they have them, but that's not a charity, a business where for a small fee, we'll drive you up here to the grocery store and you can do your own shopping and you know what I mean. And we got little pookies on here so they're not stealing Kias and stuff like that. It's going to carry your groceries to the door. We can build that, probably get some government subsidies, but then there's a business for that, for transportation.
Yeah, there's actually the Jewels up here.
The Jews.
Jewels.
Can you say Jewels?
Not Jewels. I'm saying
right.
Jewels. Jewel.
Right. Yes, Jewel.
Grocery store. Jewel.
Yeah, it's Jewel.
There's no S on it. But
yeah.
We all be like Jewels. No.
We love it plural. It makes stuff plural.
Yeah. And just change the whole definition of the name of it. But anyway, they have some delivery guys, and I'm pretty sure that they're not employees of Jewel, and all of them are melanated. Like, so you can do your grocery shopping and then they'll drop you off at the crib, and it's based on how far you go.
Yeah, because you don't have transportation don't mean you don't get to pay for nothing.
Right.
In other words, guys with transportation are paying, auto insurance, city registration, state registration, gas, oil, maintenance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Car payment, quite frequently, interest, revolving interest. So, yeah, I mean, you may not have the transportation, but for a small fee, you can get transportation. Order you a livery cab. Those are usually brothers. I wouldn't get in their car, but me personally. Someone be sitting there with a drink in their hand. Where you going? I can carry you over there. I can carry you over there. How much money you got? What? All right. Now, if that was a drop dead gorgeous, Adonis of a white man, I'd have hopped right in his car. Trusted him. All right. That leads me to self-hate. How do you fix that?
Excellent segue.
Yeah, it is. How do you fix self-hate? By loving each other.
And got to be some extensive loving on that individual, and he's got to have a different understanding and a willingness. If there's no willingness, then you just let them go.
I mean, guys be coming up, whether it's illegally or legally, and guys be staying on the block. I'm snitch on him. Oh, I'm take his. I don't like him. Getting themselves angry. It could be a guy that's going to work every day. I'm breaking his house. I'm gonna take all his stuff. And it's like they're just generating hate to justify clown activity.
Yeah. It is technology that they can project voices in your head, and if you think it's your voice, then some people do crazy stuff. They do everything that pop in their head.
What about pricing? Are you standing firm that your prices are non-negotiable? Now, here's something that we all know. It's called CP time. I'm going to throw it to you. CP time, Self, you're always on time. You've always been on time. You're having an event. You're scheduled for 6:30, even though you want everybody there by 7. CP time. Now you got to schedule it for 6 in such a scenario because, could we have CP pricing? In other words, I know they're going to come here asking for homie discounts, talking out the side of the neck, and I'm trying to run a business and make board and pay payroll and pay all these bills, keep up top. Can I not price everything 20% higher? And then that way when they come in there asking for CP pricing, hey, you're right. You know what? I'm going to meet you halfway. I can't go all the way down to cost, but I'll knock 20% off of you just because you're black and you asked for it. What do you think about that?
I don't think you can run a business like that. I don't know how you can format your future based on your income if you have to.
Well, they did it in Jewtown.
They had a whole nother different format.
That's what I'm saying. Apparently, we like that. All I'm saying is if the people like Jewing down people in their place of business, it seems like the Jews said, okay, we're going to, get this stuff and mark it way up and then let these people negotiate down. Sometimes you make more.
Yeah, because some people going to come in and pay that price. But I don't agree with their business model. I don't agree with their business model.
The swap meets. There's one on 127th out there in Elsa. There's one. There's a bunch of them in L.A. Maybe our whole business plan in our communities could be swap meet style, Jewtown style. I'm not saying for services, even for services. You go to Dr. Law, he's a businessman,
Well, that means everybody's marking everything up initially.
Yes. Colored people like that.
I don't know.
Apparently.
They come trying to Jew you down, so apparently they don't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Jew me down. You know what I mean? So, all right, I got some Air Ones. I'm charging, 120 for them. I know I want 100. Somebody can Jew me all the way down to like $95. So, Jew me down. I don't know if we can say Jew me down. But that's a possible solution. I mean, can you think of any other solution to the pricing?
To build our community, there needs to be a commitment and a little sacrifice. And to build everything we need to build, we should be willing to pay for good product and service at the price that will keep the business surviving and thriving. It's my opinion.
Yeah, because pricing is a real issue since we're at the bottom typically, with the whole poverty and stuff. The solution would be more fair pricing. But what's fair when, it depends on how much I'm getting the product for to resell.
Yeah.
There could be a movement. I don't know. I mean, because there's no way we can underprice these big box stores and make a living. No. So there's no way to do that. But definitely, I don't know. I'm all in for the Jewtown style of business. Even I'd have a restaurant, my pricing could be up there. Well, how much you want to pay for that chicken meal? You know what I mean?
Woo.
Have my best negotiators working the register. How much you get that 4-piece for? Man, he Jew. You know what I'm saying? He Jew. We like that. Swap meat chicken. No?
He might be onto something. I don't usually have great ideas, but that's that business model. I don't know.
Hey, all right. It worked for J-Town. Big ups to all the Azanaski, Nazi Nasty, whatever you call them, people crawled out of the caves and stole our religion. All righty. Customer service. Now, this is an easy fix. As I was saying earlier, Self Love. We've got to get in the game, and I think knowing the trauma and as a black man, what we go through, just trying to get respect, it's incumbent. Like I go out of my way, even, with the work I do, if I get some sort of sniff that it's some sort of colored, I treat them because we have a conditioning where we treat the man better than we treat our own people. And I do get it. You know what I'm saying? However, there's two sides to this, Self.
Yeah.
And I'm going to speak it. You can't be disrespecting people and then somehow expecting respect.
Absolutely.
So it's a two-way street. If Self Love owns a restaurant and you're coming to him, you got a problem with your food, there's a way that you go about making a complaint without being disrespectful, unruly, and loud. Did I say that?
Ignorant. You don't have to be ignorant.
You don't. So I'll deal with people in customer service. And sometimes a lot of them are our sisters. I love our women. And they just going too hard about the issue, bro. They're way too emotional. They're going too hard about the issue. And I'll be like, and there's other factors though, because their restaurants probably barely hanging on. They're not getting tax breaks. They're not getting free money. But there'll be situations when I'll talk to another guy of another race or another lady of another race with the exact same situation. And I'm like, yeah, we know about it. We're working on it and I'll get back to you. And they're cool with it. So there's a lot of moving parts here. But if you want someone to help you, going in disrespectful is a bad idea.
Yeah, because people, as well as most other things, except for flies, they respond better to honey than shit.
Yes, and we're not asking you to kiss anybody's bum out here that you're spending money with.
Not at all.
You can be upset and express your frustration.
Yes,
but don't come
should
to
not be disrespectful.
Right, and don't come to Tori's steak restaurant and eat half the steak and half the fries and then complain that the food wasn't good and you want all your money back.
I mean, you got to be respectful. You know, in the first few bites, if it's bad or what have you.
First bite, correct.
And at least a few bites, because you could have it cooked a certain way. It might take a few bites to get to that point, but first bite, something's not correct.
Yeah.
But and even if you eat that's as long as you ain't yelling and talking disrespectful, but because we're gonna throw it away anyway.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna throw it away, but it's cost. I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it.
All the yelling and disrespectful and all of that doesn't need to be a part of it.
Don't wear the shoes for 3 weeks and then say they don't fit right. You want your money back. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't resell this.
I don't know if they can. Well, I guess they can at a discount. They can't, like, somebody wear some shoes and bring them back. I guess they can if they look like they're brand new. But
right, if they're not scuffed up and you ain't warm through snow and stuff. Right.
I would think they would cost it and discount it, sell it to somebody anyway. I mean, a legitimate business. They wouldn't try to sell those as new again.
Right. Well, what they do, like you can, say you order from WeBuyBlack.com and they send you some Air Ones and you try them on in your house and you don't like them, you put them back in the box. They resell those as new. I mean, don't go out and wear them
try
3-4 times. Right.
Right. But I'm saying you wear them. Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. But to that point, what I was trying to say, Self, is I do go out of my way because I do understand, even when I'm dealing with the black women and black men who are doing a lot, I still tell myself I need to give them better treatment than I would that pink man. And I am able to generally turn things around and get a level of respect flowing both ways, because they are, at the end of the day, the paying customer. But the way we were raised, that the customer is always right, that's not true. If the customer comes in your store and slaps the crap out of your son, I guarantee you that customer is not right. You know,
That's just some lies.
it is.
Because people go in stores and do all kinds of hideous things and get in court and get incarcerated and such.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So, I mean, basically our whole education and indoctrination has been a bunch of lies. So that's, most of the sayings that we are indoctrinated with are false. They're false. They should not be.
Man, I said the customer is always right around those millennials. They was like, bullshit.
Right. It's fact.
I mean, so they are taking advantage of DoorDash and Uber Eats, that shit they be doing to get free food. And you know what I'm saying?
Yes. My mother, we had a discussion about the golden rule. And I was like,
the man with the gold makes all the rules?
Well, no, that wasn't the rule we were discussing. Treat people how you want to be treated. I said, no.
Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Yeah, all of that is some BS. It's not what we should be doing. And
White Jesus told us that Jesus told us that when we were on the plantation. Go ahead.
Man, because I told her, I explained to her that you don't have somebody keep treating you like crap. You treat people how they want to be treated, and they show you by how they treat you. And that should have been the rule.
You hitting the nail on the head. And let me tell you something too. This may sound a little racial.
Reciprocation is everything in this whole
But
thing.
I am able, like, these ain't just limited to black folks. When I talk to, because I'm in Cali, when I talk to New Yorkers and they from some shithole country, whatever, and they going hard and whatever, you're right. There has to be a level of respect there. And I've told them, hey, listen, if we can't have some level of respect, I can't help you.
Right.
And they apologize. And then it's sir, and it's back and forth. I don't want you to kiss my bum. You may have a legitimate complaint.
Right.
But let me tell you something. I don't need this job this much. No. And I will get on a JetBlue airline, cheap as I can find, come across the country with Will Smith, and have him slap the taste from your fucking mouth. On a recorded line. I mean, I may not say that much, but it's unspoken. You know what I mean? Let's agree we're not going to talk to each other like that.
Yeah.
But there is a way, there's an art, though, to dealing with us, as I'm sure every other hue of people, there's a way that culturally that we're able to deal with one another. You know what I'm saying? But normally, once I get to that bottom line, that baseline of respect, you're not talking to somebody in some shithole country that's happy to have a $2 an hour job.
And you're talking to someone who you need to help you.
Correct. Let me get you know what I should say? Let me put you on hold and get the low dog white guy on the phone who can make you feel good about yourself. Who doesn't know shit about the technology, who can't
about
fix your
anything.
Yeah.
He's just going to talk to you about nothing, because he's going to not say, well, I don't understand what you're asking me, or I don't know how to do it. He's just going to keep talking.
Uh-oh, we got an endangered adult alert. So, I got my notifications off, but I guess you can't turn that off.
Yeah.
So, also, bro, as far as availability and ignorance, we have pinned 2 links in the chat, which I'm going to start using moving forward. Specifically, the WeBuyBlack.com. If I can't find it there, I'm going to hop on to that second link we posted through Amazon, where they've aggregated black sellers and business owners. If you can't find your product like that, because we produce very little as a people, as a nation of people, then do what you got to do. Find your best price. But My assertion is that by spending your money with these major corporations, and Self Love have discussed this, you might save 10%, but if less than 1% of that money is coming back to your community, way less than a percentage of that money is coming back to your community, that 10% that you spent has costed you more than, if you were looking for somebody to train your kid in basketball or track or football. You don't have some racist like that guy in Georgia. You're paying them top dollar because they're the experts and the best, quote unquote, when you can just find Pookie on the street who has a history of, lacing them up, and who could train your child. And don't offer Pookie nonsense for payment. Don't offer him nonsense for payment. I would say offer him what you were going to pay that racist pink man. If you got to offer a little less, maybe a little less, then fine. But if you got, our point is, if you got to pay that Pookie more, it's better for you and your community. And that's the mindset that we have to break this conditioning, to break this level of ignorance that's existed since desegregation. It is really going to take that type of a concerted effort. Self Love, you got any final words on this topic before we start wrapping up?
Agreed. We have to start performing as a community. That means we commune in unity. And some sacrifices will have to be made.
Sacrifice is rooted in Latin, sacrificere, I believe, but basically it's rooted from, he's a wordsmith, but it's rooted from to make holy. Go ahead. Sacrifices have to be made.
Yes. And for us to come together, we have to lose some of this illusion of these brand names and people that we are empowering and making rich, who really don't want us in their stuff. And the truth of it is, almost all of that is knockoffs of something we've already created. So
all of it is.
We have to be committed to working with each other and
working for each other.
Weed out the bad actors. I mean, if they're going to repeatedly act irresponsibly about our money, then they need a new profession. And that's for them to figure out. You got to be respectful. You got to have customer service. And I need you to do the best at providing what service or product you have to offer.
Man. And, I go places and somebody might offer you the homie discount. It's okay for you to refuse and say, brother, I want to pay full price. If they insist, that's something totally different.
That's based on currency, which is frequency. So
correct. They know they'll get that. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And it's something they want to do for you for a myriad of other reasons, things you may have done for them, either, emotionally, psychologically, or in another business. That's all reciprocity.
Yes.
Right. But, don't just reach out to your brother to do business just because you think you can get a better price. That's the scenario I'm talking about.
Of course, because what we need to be is everybody's running a business and they're basing their business not on a negotiation. They're basing it on the base price they need to succeed at their business plan. And you don't necessarily know everything that goes into what it is. And it's always on the other foot as well, that a fair price.
Correct.
Set by the people selling, and that's the medium we need. We need the fair price, and don't ask to cut it short. We need them on both. We need them.
I
to
like
be
where
right,
you're going
equal.
with that. So you might have this big box price, which isn't fair to the small business owner because they're
Yes.
getting everything from China and they're getting it in a bulk and they're
Such a
able to,
bulk. Yeah.
correct. So they're able to get everything so low. So you got this big box price, and then you got this regular retail price, right?
Yeah.
And if the brothers price here, don't try to get them down to the big box price and below.
Yeah.
That's not going to make any sense. And you, as you setting your prices as brother and sister, if I had another hand, I would have a hand in between. Yes.
I can't really be in here, but
well, go ahead. I would have this hand in between the big box price and the retail price. You know what I'm trying to say. But I hear you.
A fair price, whatever
Correct.
it is.
Correct.
Whatever it is, a fair price. That you could, thrive, not get rich,
not blood suck off one person.
Right. But you could thrive at, and we should be willing to pay the price for them to thrive. Because if we keep the money in our neighborhoods, everything will increase.
Yeah. Let's stop trying to put our thumbs up one another's bums.
Man, let's work together.
How about this, Self? Man, I pay full price. When I go down there to the Gucci store, man, I drop cash. I mean, I hear this too. Nobody wants to talk about it. They won't negotiate. Our people tip after getting poor service just to dispel
the
an
rumor
illusion or
that we don't
what's
tip.
The other word? Stereotype that we don't tip.
Yeah. And
But
it's stupid.
But when we get a black waiter or waitress or somebody giving us
get
service,
nothing.
If they give you poor service, they won't get nothing.
And
that's a problem.
Some people we know will not a fair price. They gouge all the time, and especially our people.
You're damn right. The jewelers, all of them. Yes. Can we say jewelers? Yes, we're getting gouged. We are getting gouged.
I said somebody we know. So, I mean, it's just.
Yeah, we are getting gouged. So those were the Self Love Show's top 9 reasons, as you guys can tell.
Fair price.
A lot of those reasons are, what word am I looking for? They run into each other.
Excuses, most of them. You could put them all in a big folder called excuse.
All right. So that we've concluded it. All right. So now, you guys make sure you're supporting House Stock
2023, baby. It's going down in the town. Y'all better be there.
Yeah, and if you
Pembroke
can't go,
Township.
Share the link with all the house heads right? So
yes, all over the globe.
You can at least do. How much does that cost?
Free 99. Don't even cost a dime.
Share these new link. What them share they link for? They ain't paying me.
Doing nothing for me. Yeah. Shit, they link ain't on Fox.
It ain't on Fox, so it ain't in your twat. All right. Big ups to the Fox boxers. All right, y'all. So you guys have already destroyed the riddle, so we're not going to even go there. That's just a waste of time. I will tell you guys, we got 2 guests we're working on for next week, but you know how that goes. So we will get a promo video, let you guys know what's coming. All right. Let you guys know what's coming next week on the Self Love Show, because the Self Love Show must go on. We may get into Chat KMA, Chat GPT-4, but we'll definitely let you guys know. And next week on Mouthpiece Included, where it's always an open panel, you can pull up. We debate on that show. All right. If you got the cojones, pull up to Mouthpiece Included. We're covering the Hooper formerly known as Chris Jackson, currently known as Mahmoud Badu Rauf. Okay. He was Colin Kaepernick before Colin Kaepernick. That's going to be our hottest topic that we're covering. How he was banned and what his life's been post NBA and the way he was maligned all through American media. All right. So, that all being said,
amazing topic, because that brother is deep.
Mahmoud Badu Rauf.
Yeah, I do believe they got a documentary about him that was released not too long ago.
Yeah, I heard something about that. Let me see if I can get my hands on it.
I talked
Black
to him.
producer.
I mean, I heard him talking about it and all that, bro. It was powerful.
It was on point.
He's on point, like, man.
Yeah, and he's always been. You know what I mean? And he's always been. It's just amazing that these guys are getting blackballed for standing against tyranny.
Man, things got real rough for him, bro. Like,
yeah, in a free country, they're gonna force you to sing the national anthem and all this. In a so-called republic, force you to do all this and that. You might as well be in.
That's what happens
Communist China.
That's what happens in a democracy. But in a republic, it's not supposed to happen at all. And everybody did democracy. They messing with the democracy. They screwing with the democracy. It ain't a democracy, nigga. And I mean nigga by ignorant. No matter what race, creed, or color, or species, as far as I'm concerned.
It's not. The republic is supposed to be, each state is a sovereign entity. You know what I mean? And then
gives power to the federal government. It's not the other way around. The federal government doesn't, dictate the states like that.
Yeah, in cases of war and things like that, then the federal government, just for unity reasons, will do this and that, like stamp out. Well, we don't want to talk about that. That brings me to my personal favorite part of the whole shebang.
House Stock 2023, y'all.
And that's Wordsmith's final words out there.
We need to turn and reverse the 9 reasons and elevate in this season. To do nothing would be treason to our kind. Listen up. The dollar is about to fail. Collapse. We need to come together or y'all could all go to hell. Flesh. Because the Fed now, digital currency they want to bring upon the table, will be no privacy, and they'll be willing and able, wake up, to cut off your bank account and suck it away like it never existed.
No food in the grocery stores.
They won't care how you fare or your despair and how it ain't fair. They trying to make us an illusion, but it is a foregone conclusion that a solution is for us to get involved in collusion, create our own currency. Flesh. Create our own government and get sovereignty. Let's segregate. Let's get together with ourselves and co-create a community. Every other race does, or species, or what, anything below and above.
That's smart.
Let's get our own policing, our own education, our own bacon.
Fuck 12.
Our own real estate, our own intellect of creation. A think pack. So we can move further with our plans intact.
Facts.
Do you think none of these other people have that? I'm gonna tell you that they got plans 100 years in advance and willing to push it forward or take it back by how the public responds to their advance.
Fuck the world.
We need to get out of their cycle. We gotta do more to come together. We only really need a percentage, because if we get together, everybody in the earth gonna get in line and know about it.
Flesh.
The truth is, it's already been written. It's waiting on us to get it all together and go into action. Our souls need greater satisfaction. Words.
Time ain't long out here, man. Time ain't long. That was powerful, brother. That was powerful.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, appreciate you for sharing. You saw that was off the top of the dome, so that was not AI. Y'all get out there and support House Stock. Have a great time out there.
Do you think you are the one? Honestly, I don't know.
I know.
You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself.
Know thyself. Yo, yo. This is a bandit track.
Bullets are boomerangs.
Stand your ground.
Murder. Suicide.
Yeah, man. An eye for an eye.
Silence. Silence is violence, bro.
It's completely facts. Because if you see something, you're supposed to say something.
12. Squale, squale. Slave theory. This is how you imprison a mind and a man. It's the easiest way. Infuse some greed. Add some ego. Sprinkle that over some fear. Now you got a slave.
Yeah, man. Because for real, charity plus humility times love is freedom.
Freedom. No matter what you heard, what you've been told, where it's coming from, don't answer questions.
The same thing applies. I don't care if you heard it here or there, or from me or 9. Question everything.
And everybody.
Period.
And you know that slave theory, you need fear. But fear is cap. That's an illusion.
Man, facts. Vibrate, love.
Forgiveness is the highest love vibration.
Do something charitable for a so-called enemy and hit a beef.
I once heard that healthy people heal thy people.
Yeah, because for sure, hurt people. Hurt people.
Free the old man, free Larry Hoover, man.
Free Chief Malik, Jeff Ford.
Free all the guys.
Yeah, man, prison is slavery.
Be like Yahusha. Walk on water.
Yeah, man. Just move mountains, bro.
Being the one is
a whole mountain, fam?
Yeah, absolutely.
No one can tell you you're in love. You just know it. Through and through.
All we need, no, bro. All we need is the faith of a mustard seed, bro. And you know, we got way more than that. That boy get right out the way.
We spend the most money, y'all. Spend it with each other. Stop being stupid out there.